Welcome back, friends. It's the Half-Ass Crafter. I'm Laura, the Half-Ass Crafter. We are definitely doing a half-ass craft, but I think that you're going to find it a lot of fun, and it's going to really encompass doing about 3 or 4 things into one big project, and I hope that you enjoy this because I'm very excited to share it with you. So let me get some of this stuff cleaned up and we'll show you what's going on. Okay, I just wanted to get some stuff out of the way so that I can show you what we're doing. I started doing this. I had this idea. I came up here, I did it, and then I was like, this is amazing. And then that led to more ideas, and now here we are. So let me tell you what all I have. So I have an idea. If you have ever been scared of doing the paper dolls that I do, I'll show you. So I make these silly paper dolls, and then I put them into, onto a page, and there's some. So I know some people like the paper dolls. Some people don't like the paper dolls. Some people think they're cute, but they don't want to do them. So I do know that a lot of you like the magazine collage though. So if you caught my video with Debbie, where we harvested the October Harper's Bazaar, I marked this page. I'm not sure if she did. I think I marked it because I was like, I love these pictures, but I don't know how to use them because I can't really use them with a paper doll. But I have another idea, and I took this page from the Harper's Bazaar, and I think I know exactly what I'm going to do with it. First off, I've got to cut her head out, and then we are going to do a collage, and she's going to be the main focal point. But it's going to be a big collage. It's going to take up a whole page in my art journal, that art journal I just showed you. And I'm going to use different elements on the back of this collage. So what I have here is some collage fodder that I've created. I'm going to show you how to create this collage fodder. You've probably already seen the floral collage fodder, but I have an idea to make different types of collage fodder. We're going to use acrylic paint markers because we're also going to doodle. I know, it's like all in one. I've got some stickers that I want to use because I can use these stickers. So we're going to use stickers. We're going to use a hole punch. We're going to use, again, acrylic markers. I have a ruler and a pencil, and it's getting scientific. And let me go show you what inspired this whole rabbit hole we're about to go down. So this is a calendar that I picked up, and it's digital collage, and I just find they're beautiful. I mean, the collages aren't they gorgeous? They're so good. It's art by Lolita Lorenzo. It's called Empower. So I've had this calendar going. This is October's, if you want to see the current one. And I thought I want to do that, but in paper. But first you have to make your own fodder, which, we have all these fodder videos, and what more fun than to say, here's how to use your fodder. So I'm going to show you a couple of different things that I had in mind to do. So this is a page from a collage soup book. And I know I've heard some people say, I don't know how to use the collage soup books because they're already collaged. Well, it's true. Here's another page. See, this really does look like a collage. Some of those pages are very already collaged. So the easiest thing we're going to do is this right here. And I have this little stencil that I got. It's just you can search Amazon for drawing stencil. I'll try to remember to link it below. And all I did is I just put the circle down and I made a circle. And then I went 2 circles down and I made a circle. And then I went 2 circles down and you guessed it, I made a circle. Actually, I'm going to go 3 circles down on this one. And then 2 circles down. And then 3 circles down. And and 2 circles down. Nope, 3. 4. We're doing 4. See, seat of my pants. And then you just doodle it. So then all I did was I just started drawing lines up. And you just draw, you know, maybe 3 lines, and then you want to turn it. And then 3 lines, and maybe turn it. That's it. Okay? And then after that, you can take you can use colors. That's why I have this big set, because I was like, ooh, you know what? I can use colors. So let's do, okay, I've zoomed in here so that you can see what I'm doing. So this is a glittery black pen, and I'm just gonna do this to draw these lines. All right, and then I'm just gonna go over these other ones as well, because this is acrylic, so it should cover up the other acrylic, ink, paint, whatever. And then you can do things like, if you wanted, you could use a white pen like I did on this one to make dots. I'm going to use this silvery sparkly pen, and I think I'm going to outline these circles. And remember, we don't go for perfection, because this is collage. Nothing is perfect. There we go. And then we can do a little bit of highlights with this white, and we're doodling. I know everybody's scared to doodle, including me. I'm scared to doodle, but this is all you do. This is doodling. What? Yep, super simple and easy. You can do it too. And then, you know, you could put some dots in here. You could put some dots around this one, whatever you want to do. And now I have 2 pieces of fodder. This one's not completed, but you don't want to sit there and watch me do the whole thing. The next one I want to show you is, it takes a little bit of math, it's a little sciencey, but we can do it. So this is another collage soup page. I think it's gonna be, actually, I'm not gonna use that. I'm going to use this first, which is a printable. Well, it's a scan that I did of a magazine page. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut a hole. So, or use my circle punch. Okay, so this is where it gets a little small, teensy bit tricky. Stay with me even if you hate math. So this is a 2.5 inch circle. So I'm going to use my grid here on my mat, and I'm gonna line up the bottom at this mark, and I'm gonna line up the side at this mark. And I know that half of 2.5 inches is 1 1/4 inches. So this is 1 inch, this is 1/4 inch. Do you see this line here? The thin lines are 1/4 inch marks. So I'm gonna line that up. And I'm gonna make sure I keep it, because it does wanna wobble a little. And I'm going to take now I'm on the back side. That's why I'm doing this on the printable. I'm on the back side. I'm just gonna run a line down. And then I'm gonna do the same thing this way. So again, it's 2.5 inches. So I need to go, here's 1 inch. Here's 1/4, 1 1/4 inches. Whoops. So I'm gonna line that back up on the correct mark, just like that. And then I'm gonna put this down. And it is moving, and it is a little fiddly, but trust me, you will be very happy that you did this. Okay, so now I have the center marked. And then I'm gonna take this, and you don't have to use all of this. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you want, you can just figure out what your center is and then just be like, I'm gonna stay a few whatever millimeters or whatever off of that center, and that's good enough. So my stencil here, do you see the little lines? It's got little marks. So I'm just gonna line those little marks up with the marks I made. I know it's super scientific, and Marcy is probably like, what in the body snatching heck is happening over here? I know. So now I have this. Okay. And what we're going to make is we're going to make these. And if you look on the back, same marks, right? So I made those. Let me show you what I learned making those. These just came to me. I just happened to see something sitting in the back of somebody else's collage, and I was like, oh. So I'm going to show you how I make these. These, I'm just cutting triangles. And I just cut the triangles to that circle in the middle. And you can keep the triangles if you want. I've been throwing them away because y'all know me. I can't keep everything. There's a good tendency for me to be a hoarder if I wasn't careful, I think. So I try to be very careful. And you can make really slender triangles. You can make really fat triangles. I think it's best to keep them a little ununiform so that it looks a bit more handmade or maybe rushed so it looks loose, a bit more artsy maybe. This one I'm going to do really skinny. There we go. And now I have some more of these. And you could doodle these. So you could even like doodle these like this and then cut them out. I mean, let's do that with this one. So you can also do this with magazine pages. The only problem is on the back side, there's going to be writing. So it makes marking your lines kind of difficult, but it's not impossible. It's so windy here, y'all. It's like crazy windy. I realized that the horse's water was very low this morning, and it's like 45 degrees and really windy, and it rained overnight, and I realized I'm gonna have to clean out this water trough, and I needed to put their heater in. So I did it all with like probably 20-mile-per-hour gusts. It was kind of ridiculous. All right, so we've got that. So it's a little off, and you're gonna go, that doesn't look centered. That's because there's printing on it. If you line up your lines, it's centered. So, and then I'm gonna take this, and again, I'm gonna use the little lines on it to line these up. If you hear the rumbling, that's the wind. It's not thunder. Although sometimes I'm like, is that thunder? Nope, wind. It's wind. Okay, and then I'm going to cut. There you go. Oh, that's cool. I love it. I really do. And I don't think it was centered because it doesn't look right, but that's okay. All right. And you could save those little bits because I'm sure that once we start doing the collage, you're going to want to put the little bits in. But this first step is let's just make some collage fodder to use. So the other thing I did is I have a scalloped hole punch. And let me show you what I did with that. We're going to use this page. There we go. All right, and you can use either side of this. It doesn't matter. I like well, let's use the black and white because maybe I want some black and white ones later. So what I did with this was I did also, so this is also 2.5 inches. So I lined it up the same way. And you mark the 1 1/4. This is the way to do it if you don't want to use your ruler and all that fun stuff. But see, that one is on black, so it's going to be very difficult to see. And then you can take your ruler and line up your marks like that. And then voila. And again, line up your marks. Whoops. Like that. And don't bear down as hard as I did. But this helps you so that you can get your center for your little circle. There we go. Like so. And then you can take your markers and let's see. Let's use a color on this since it's black and white. How about if we use teal? Because everybody loves teal. So I'm going to use this aqua-y, teal-y color. All right. And then for this one, what you're going to do is you're going to start in the center and you're going to run a line in between the two scallops. And the cool thing about this being two-sided is if you don't like the design that you make on this side, you can always flip it over and use the other side. But again, you know, you want this to look kind of loose and sketchy and hand done. Unless you're going for something else. Unless you're going for like realistic, surreal collage or something. In which case, go get your National Geographics and put an elephant in a living room. Because I love stuff like that. Okay, and then the next thing I like to do is go around these scallops. And this I haven't perfected yet. So one way I could do it is you can do it this way so that you kind of color on the edge and on the other paper. See? So I'm going to do that really quickly and then I'll come back. Okay. So now I've got that. And then what I can do is I can color in this center. So I know where the center is. So I can just, and you have to be careful because these are acrylic paint markers. So they will rub off the paper. And now I have this. And so then if I wanted, I can, well, let's try this. I've got these markers. Ooh, that needs more contrast. Okay, let's try these markers. Yeah. So these are brush tips. So they're giving me these little, almost like dashes. Okay. So now I've made this little one. And the thing is, you're going to have so many of these combined together that it's all going to kind of clutter up each other. So you don't need to worry about, oh, this one isn't perfect or that one isn't perfect. It really doesn't matter. We have those. We have these, which are the floral fodder that I've already done. I'm going to use some of these that I've already made in my little book here. If you haven't seen those videos, I'll link them so that you can go watch those because we don't need to rehash that. I have this paper here, which I can also, let's do a scallop on this one. And this again, this is a Collage Soup printable as well. I have a lot of Collage Soup books and printables that I'm like, what do I do with this? And I honestly think, oh, you make fodder out of it. That's what I believe. Even if it is, you know, like this sticker is, it's in this shape and this is barely sticky. So, so these stickers are in this shape. So I'm going to use those as well. I think what I want to do here is I want to collect all of the stuff that I'm not sure how to use and use it. I have some glue book images here that I haven't used yet, but have been floating around forever. Like these lampshades. Okay, well, what if I did like that, right? Like I can layer some things around here. Yes, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to use collage images. or collage fodder. We're gonna use magazine images. We're gonna use magazine cutout images. I have this, which I've been trying to use forever, and I can't find any way to use it. We're gonna use it. I've got a boot. Maybe I put the boot on her head with these. And then maybe we do something like this. Who knows? Who knows what we'll end up doing? But that's going to be what we're going to do. But first, got to make a lot of collage fodder because I need some collage fodder to go in there. So, and then I need to get some stickers. So I'm going to gather up a bunch of stuff. I'm going to make some more fodder, and then we're going to come back and we're going to make this pretty lady into a fun, fantastical collage. Okay, we're going to work on these little guys, and I've already done some. I want to show you what they look like. So this is the one that we did where we doodled on the circle and then we cut out the triangles. This is one that we made, and then I outlined it and then I doodled inside of it. And then this is one that I've just outlined. And I've been using this scratch sheet of paper. I don't think that I've done a review on the Sharpie Creative markers. They are an acrylic-based paint marker, but the nib on them is so soft. So they're perfect for this. And what I realized as I was doing this is that I'm making a very interesting little pattern on this paper here, but we are going to, this is how I am outlining these. I'm just kind of running the line on both the scratch sheet of paper and also on the little starburst piece of paper. And again, I turn the paper to make it easy for me because why would you make your art hard for you? Don't do that. No reason for that. There's no fancy points. So I'm just doing this. It's not even, it's not perfect. I'm not even paying attention. I'm just trying to get a little black outline on the starburst. And you do kind of have to hold it. This paint is making it stick to the paper a little bit, which is actually very helpful, if I'm honest. Whoops, that's going to be a big line. That's all right. All right, and then you peel it up. Oh, that's fun, isn't it? That's so cool. And now I have all of these funky shapes here that I could doodle on and do all sorts of stuff with, but I'll do that later. That's another fun thing that you can figure out how to do. I'll leave that as an exercise for the reader or the viewer. So I'm just going to outline this one. And I really want most of this line to go on the paper, not on my little starburst here. Oh, I'm so excited about this project, y'all. This is going to be so much fun. Look at that. I love these. I could make these all day long, and they're so easy. And you can make little ones too. Just get a smaller hole punch. You can do that way as well. You can even take the scalloped ones and you can cut them out. So you could do the same thing where you make, your little lines. I'm going to do this. I'm going to try to do this without making lines. I know. Y'all are like, Laura, that's too scary. I need the lines. I'm not going to make this thing straight at all. Hang on. That's way better. Now I can figure out where I'm going. Ta-da! And that looks even more like a flower. We can outline this one with the Sharpie. And again, I'm using the Sharpie marker because the nib on it is so soft that it makes this way easier. And I do love these Sharpie acrylic markers, if you are curious. If you're on the fence about buying them, I suggest to buy some. They're good colors, great quality, super easy to use. There it is. It's so cute. It's so cute. And then you can, you could do, here, let's use a white one and we can just go just like this. Here we go. And then we can just put dots in the center so it looks like a flower. There you go. That's it. So that's what we're going to do. Well, it's what I'm going to do. You do you. I'm going to punch out a bunch of these. I'm going to do different sizes, and then I'm going to gather up some stickers and some other fodder. I may cut out some magazine images of flowers and stuff, and we're going to see what we can come up with. So I'll be back. Okay, so what you just saw is about 10 days old, maybe 2 weeks old. So I recorded all of that. I was going to finish it. I never got around to finishing it because a billion things came up. I started my new job. Anyway, lots of stuff happened. So this is me trying to remember what that last video said and showing you what we're going to do to finish this collage. So I worked a few pieces and I played around a little bit because I wanted to at least have a good idea of what I was going to do to show you. So what I did was I cut this lady's head out, or face, I guess. I just cut around wherever hair was. And then I did cut the stem of her glasses, and I cut into this frame of her sunglasses. So I did that because I'm going to want to tuck some of our ephemera that we made, this, down into, you know, these little areas, right? So I may want to do something like that, or, you know, something like this. You get the idea, right? The other thing I did is I had a collage soup printable, and it had this beautiful bird, and I thought, I wonder if I could somehow put this bird in this page, like maybe as like an earring. Actually, it fits perfectly as an earring. Oh, okay. So I think I want to try to incorporate that bird. I showed you just a few minutes ago in your time, but ages ago in mine, this sticker that I got out of the sticker book. I pulled the stickers off and I arranged them and rearranged them. They're not terribly sticky, so I will need to use glue to actually stick them down. But what I did was I put her on the page where I wanted her, and then I outlined what I had so I know where to put things. And then this tells me, you know, like maybe I want to put solid things down here like so, and then I can start layering these on here. And then I'm going to put her head, and I know where I want her head to be, right? So then I can figure out where to layer things. And I tried a few different layouts for her to see, was there one that I liked more than the other? Stuff like that. And I took pictures of them because I really think they tell you when you're doing quilting to lay out your blocks and then take pictures and then rearrange them and take pictures, and that you'll get a better idea, a better sense of what it actually looks like. The same thing holds true for collage. So if you're like, oh, do I want it this way or this way, grab your phone, take a picture, and you will probably find out what you like and what you don't relatively quickly. So this is my thought, is I just want to layer these, and I don't want to think too hard about it, right? I don't want to give it too much time and effort and thought. I just want to find ways to put these in that I like them. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these down so that they're down. And then I'm going to come back, and then we're going to, we will probably, I think we're going to glue the bottom of her. She kind of moved when I outlined her, so she's not outlined perfectly, but that's okay. But I'm going to glue, I think, the bottom, like the bottom part of her, like maybe from her lips down. So that way I can lift this part up, and we'll see how we want things to go in here. And then I can figure out how to glue the rest of that. It's going to be interesting for us all. But let me work on gluing these things down, and then we can come back and work on the actual gluing of the rest of the collage, and hopefully it will be as fun and interesting as I hope it will be. And y'all are like, Laura, why are you gluing the top first? Because I can peel up the bottom. If I glue the top bits down, then I can peel up the bottom bits, and hopefully the top bits will keep the bottom bits together. I don't know. This is my working theory. Who knows if it's real? Catch you on the flip side. Okay, so now we've got the bottom of her glued down. So she's glued down to about there. And now we can fill in the rest where we want it to go. So that way she won't shift too much, hopefully. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to divide all of these into solid pieces and then the cutout pieces. And I want to lay them out so that I can see them, because I don't want to put like all yellow or all blue together. I kind of want to mix and match them up. So first things first, I think I want to put these back here like so. I think I want to do that like that, and then I'll want to come in okay, so first things first, I want to put these on. Do I want all scallops, or do I, yeah, I think I do. Do I want this scallop back here maybe? No, I think I like this one. Okay, so we're just gonna start putting these in place, because step one is glue it down. It's always step one. And I'm gonna put this pink one under the green one, because the pink one is so bright that I kind of want to hide some of it. So I'm going to do it like that. Oh, I want that pink one down. There we go. Okay, like that. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, these two we're not going to use, I don't believe. So then we want to start adding these. And we want to see how we want to add them. And maybe we want, I know I want them layered, but I definitely want to cover this line. So what I definitely want is I want some on top to cover the line. Do I want some behind? Yes, I want some poking out behind as well. And I actually thought these little ones might be interesting to kind of tuck. Yes, yes. Oh, this is cool. I kind of want one actually that goes
like that.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes. And then do we want the bird? Yes, I actually like how the bird almost kind of goes in and you're like, oh, and there's a bird. Yeah. And I didn't do a background. So I considered, I hemmed and hawed a while on doing a background or not, but I think I'm going to not do it. Well, obviously I'm not doing a background because I've already glued her down, but I'm not going to do a background because I want the bird on her glasses. Am I going to fussy cut this bird so that it sits on her glasses? What do y'all think? What would Debbie do? What would Debbie do? Debbie would fussy cut so the bird sits on her glasses, y'all. We know what Debbie would do. This is for you, Debbie. This is for you. Yep. Okay, let's glue it down. Ah! I love it. So when I glue it down, it's not going to be glued the same way that it looks right now. It's going to be close, but not quite the same. So first things first, I need to glue the bottom pieces. And these things are going to be hard because they have the little arms and I don't want to rip them. So I'm going to have to be somewhat careful. Luckily, this is all paper on paper. There's no acrylic paint, so I can just use a glue stick. So and what I'm looking for is lots of layering. So I've got my sticker layer, I've got my solid layer, and then I'm bringing up the little cutout layer, and that's what I am looking for, is that look of it all being layered like so. A fun thing to remember is as you layer, you are covering up any mistakes. So the layers will cover up the mistakes. So you don't have to worry so much about if you've made a mistake somewhere. It won't matter as much. And I want, yeah, and then maybe that one there. Yep. So I want that one there. That one has to go way up there for some reason, because that's where it looks correct to me. All right, so I got it all down. It's nowhere near where I said I was gonna put, well, okay, it is. It's close, but it's not quite the exact same, but that's all right. And now I want to glue the bird down. Try not to rip off its little feet so that I can get the bird where I want it. There we go. Ah, she is cool. I love her. She is super cool. Let me hold her up. Oh, she's neat. And I don't even have to doodle because I already doodled these. Ah, go me. Look at that. All right, I hope that you enjoyed learning how to make this really fun, funky collage or collage fodder. And then we used a bunch of our stuff to make some collage. And I am going to erase this pencil line because I'm sure folks are like, oh my gosh, please erase that pencil line. Well, some of it has glue on it, so it's hard to erase, but there's lots of things you can do to get rid of the pencil line. And we could go back. I mean, I could go back with markers and I can kind of like color all of this in if I wanted. But I think I'm just going to leave her alone. I think she's cool. I really think she's cool. Okay, y'all, I'm out of town this week. I've recorded this for you beforehand. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a ton of fun. I'm so glad that I had this idea and I was able to share it with you. And I'll return when I return, and you'll get some more videos. And I hope that you have a wonderful week. Bye.